this is one of those things, Ephraim. We keep having these conversations. It's been about a year or two now because LeBron, elder statesman, face of the league, however long you want to say it's been, 10, 15, 20, whatever year. Steph Curry's been one of the faces of the league, as we know, KD, Russ, but now Russ is kind of a role player, right? KD didn't even make the playoffs, and LeBron got exit early, and Steph is injured. So the conversation has been, who's the next up? Is it Wemby going to be the face of the league? Is it Ant-Man? Is it Durant? I mean, not Morant, John Morant, who kind of was it 2 years ago where he kind of thought, here it is.
It was coming.
He's exciting. He loves the camera. Just you thought it might be his. I feel like Ant kind of said, let me get that up out of you, player. Is it Jason Tatum? It's not. And so those are the conversations that we were having. And I keep telling Rob gets offended because he'll grab his you-know-whats to the fan, him being Ant. Or Ant will say something kind of crazy. And I keep telling him, sometimes the person ends up being that who you didn't necessarily see coming. And I use Allen Iverson. Mm-hmm. He wasn't as well articulate and well-spoken as a Jordan and well-groomed and wore the nice suits. And he was different. He was raw. He was authentic. He was himself. And that resonated with people. Michael Vick, you know this. He wasn't a traditional G golly shucks quarterback. It's the team and go Broncos. Right on. He was, I got the cornrows. And by the way, after party tonight, we're going to be getting crunk because this was the crunk era in Atlanta. And he was different. He was the face of the NFL for a handful of years, or at least one of them. And I keep telling Rob, Ant-Man, who says he doesn't want it, because I think he's trying to run from the responsibility of trying to be the perfect statesman. And while he's being his infectious self, it keeps working. And here's what Julius Randle, a veteran in this league, a pro's pro, had to say about his teammate who's younger than him.
I mean, it's Ant. Ant's, the brightest star in the room. And not just from what he does on the basketball court, his personality, how he brings everybody together, how he can communicate and just light up a room. He has that it factor.
And I think between his gameplay, which is fascinating. He's fun to watch. He can shoot the three. Saw him going crazy on the three ball, but he'll dunk on you, mid-range you, play defense. Here's a big thing. Wants to play 82 games, Ephraim. He has said it. Man, I ain't sitting down no guy. I want to play. While also has the perfect bridge of, I want to annihilate my elders, but I respect my elders. If you heard what he said last night, he said, man, we respect this team. Steve Kerr coaching them. Steph's over there. Jimmy Butler with their championship caliber team. He has the perfect balance of, I want to smoke you, but also know and respect who you are. And I just think he keeps finding himself in his position where you go, man, he's just so likable. Beats the Lakers. What does he do, Ephraim? Walks around L.A. Just walking around the streets, dapping people up, talking smack with people. I thought it was Lakers in 5. They said Ant-Man, Batman, this man. Lakers in 5. He's so likable. He's so authentic. He's a great player. He wants to compete. And I just keep going, it almost is his. I know he don't want it, and I know this, but, dude, by being you, by being good, by being funny, by being charming, by having great commercials, you're about to be it, brother, whether you want it or not. And I just think he keeps trying to ignore it. And it's sometimes in life, Ephraim, it just is meant to be.
So let me tell you this.
What you got to say?
There's a lose-lose if you walk up to a young sensational star and ask them the question, are you the new face of the league? Mm-hmm. Or do you want to be the face of the league? You can't answer that question in a way that it's going to resonate either way. If you say yes, what comes with that?
Responsibility, pressure. He thinks he ought it.
But it's not even the pressure. The pressure is going out there and playing and getting your team to win a championship. That's the pressure. The pressure of being that, all the other stuff comes with that. But when you ask someone, do you want to be the face of the league, or are you the new face of the league? That's a crazy question to ask. So what he was like, no, I'm not worried about that. That's not me. I'm not, because he can't control that. That's not what he's doing. He knows if he wins MVPs, if he wins championships, then it comes with that. So any player, especially young players, that you ask, if you ask LeBron James, his third year in the league, are you the face of are you the new face of the league when there's a Kobe and a Tim Duncan and a Shaq and Iverson all of that, still, yeah. And Iverson, how could he answer that question? So anytime you ask these young up-and-coming stars about that, it's not fair to them, and their response isn't going to make sense or resonate with everybody because we feel like they should be a certain type of way. We feel like they should be embracing that and stepping up. Look, they don't have to answer that for them to become the face of the league. Their play, their winning, their abilities, all of those things make you become the face of the league. The commercials help, your relatability on an international scale, all of that matters. And for Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, I love him. I love the way he plays because he doesn't want to be your friend. He has a hit list. His Adidas commercial is him crossing out the old guard and the previous faces of the league. Now, he didn't get a chance to play against Steph this whole series, but he can cross him out too because they're getting ready to possibly eliminate that team. He's taking on the challenge. That's why I like him. He's not running from it. He may run from that question because to me that question is ridiculous, but he's not running from the responsibility of what that question is, and that's to go out and dominate and get his team in a position to win a championship. And that's what we're seeing him doing. I love his athleticism. I love him walking down the streets of L.A. talking about live in your accomplishments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Live in what you're doing.
And you know what else, too? What makes him it's just so compelling? He tells a story of during the draft, they're like, all right, he could be the number one pick, and he goes and works out with the Warriors. And Steve Kerr, after the workout, goes, man, I'll be honest with you, they had the number 2 pick. They end up picking Weissman. Shows how much they know. But they go, oh, we had a number 1 pick. He said, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't draft you. And the Ant was like, that was a terrible workout. And they're like, well, I gave him all. What you mean? He said, dude, I sit with Kevin Durant, Draymond, Steph. I played with Jordan. I played with Tim. I see what a real workout is. And I'm telling you right now, young man, you're not there. Here's why I love Ant. He told a story just a week ago. He said that on the drive home, me and my trainer, we both said, instead of being, how this goes, man, he don't know nothing anyway. I'm about to be the number 1 pick. I don't got to listen to him. Who is he? He's just Steve Kerr. He said, we got to turn it up. We got to turn it up. And I love that he is, like I said, embraces the old guard. He tells you all the time, and LeBron is one of the greatest of all time. I love my favorite player. I'm honored to play against KD, but I want to trash KD. I want to destroy KD. I love that about him. And I love that he is the perfect, cool, hip, but has that honor and respect for the game, for the history of it. It's similar to Kobe, similar to LeBron, where those greats, they care about the game. They care about the history. He wants to see the game elevate, and he wants to compete at a high level, and he'll hit you with a little Spider-Man, Ant-Man in your face, Luka. He'll talk some smack to LeBron and tackle LeBron.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How he was playing against LeBron and how he was talking to KD last year. You think he would have been able to do that to Kobe?
Yes.
No.
I'll give you an example why.
No.
I'll give you an example why.
Don't
say that. No, me.
I will say
Kyrie Irving did it too.
No. You think that
Kobe did it to Jordan.
Listen to what I'm telling you. When LeBron James was coming down the court and Ant-Man was forcibly pushing him, what happened after that? Nothing.
Okay, I thought you were talking a little more.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you do that to a Kobe Bryant, if you do that to a Michael Jordan, what happens immediately after that?
Remember the song from Crime Mob, Nuck If You Buck?
Scorched earth. That's the difference. Talk to any NBA player you want who played against Jordan or who played against Kobe, and they'll let you know. If you step to them with that level of aggression, they will personally, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. They will personally take it out on you.
LeBron, one of the things, and this is coming from, I'm one of his biggest fans, but he almost too measured. Two, I know you're trying to rile me up. I know you're trying to get me out the game. Maybe I push you.
You've pushed the button. These two individuals used to make up stories.
Yep. But Mike, man.
They used to make up stories.
I can't believe you said it about my mom. Hey, Mike, wait, what do you mean?
They used to make up stories.
Okay, bet.
So you take a kid who's been in the league 3-4 years, step into a Kobe and a LeBron Kobe and a Michael like that, physically pushing them, taunting them, telling Katie, get your old butt off the court.
Now, let me ask you this.
Oh,
to be fair,
Lord.
if he did that to circa last stretch of the Cavaliers, which I think was the apex of LeBron's game. Some people think it was the Heat. I think it was that Cavalier. I think he had finally full on Bruce Leroy got the glow that era.
The Celtics did it to him.
Right, that was before Heatles.
That's why he went to
right. So I'm saying post Heatles knowing how to win. I'm saying that like 7-8 years
That's a different LeBron. Yes, that's a different LeBron.
I think he goes crazy on them.
Yeah, but even right now, if you did that to a 40-year-old Kobe Bryant in his last season,
Kobe is different. He's maniacal.
Bro,
his approach was maniacal. He'll tell you that. Like I see.
He like, bro, y'all ain't got to worry about getting the pass. We good.
And he told. I sat about 2 feet away from him once. He was telling a story. It was actually pretty dope little thing. Shout out to Jamel Hill. She interviewed him. BET would have their, how they have their weekend here in LA, and it was a thing called Genius Speaks or something like that. And it was two. It was amazing to sit there. The first one was Kobe. The second one was Floyd Mayweather. The first one is Kobe. And it was the first time I ever heard him tell the story. It was like he was keeping it all the way real. This is about 2013-ish, 14-ish, something like that. And he said, the reason why, I ain't gonna lie, I take bad shots or some shots that are questionable or shots you might buy a Coke. Derek Fisher was like literally wide open. He was like licking his fingers, swinging his hands. He said, because I'm not gonna lie, I black out. And you and I were talking about this, I believe, off the air. He goes back to 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old Kobe in Italy, where he was the only black kid on the court, and they would make fun of him. And who are you? He didn't know the language. And he said, once I got the ball, this was my one time, because they weren't passing to me, they were ignoring me, they were making fun of me. So he said, I'm going to prove you, I'm going to show you. And he said, so to this day, obviously then, he would say, I have those moments where I have to get it done. I have to prove it to you. I have to show you. He said, sometimes I just black out and I go back to that me, that I have to get this done. I was like, I thought that was, I never really heard him express that. It's because you think I'm the one that needs to do it, but not the reasoning why.
Yeah.
And so he has that maniacal approach where he sees black. And so I believe you that, I agree, Kobe would have been like, now it's that. I don't see anything else, tunnel vision.
You done opened up something you can't close.
I have to take your heart. LeBron is measured, well, what's best for the team? I'm not going to let this person fluster me. I'm not going to get a technical foul. Let me just – and it worked for him. I didn't get kicked out of games. My teammates still believe in me. But I'm saying two different approaches. Kobe was, I have to get this done. LeBron was like, I see what you're trying to do. I'm smarter than that. I'm going to stay in this game, get my team in it. I'm not going to let you rile me up. And I think those are two different approaches to how they operate. But with that being said, man, Ant-Man, another great game, 30 points, 61 from him and Randall. And again, I've always said, I think he's, as much as he's trying to avoid it or just be himself, he's so likable. He's so talented. He keeps getting better. He plays both ends of the court. And I just think his commercials are hilarious, dynamic.
Good.
He's got
He's
the
the
smile.
next one, man.
He's the next one.
He's got to finish. If he finishes the job right now, he will be the next one.
And
he's got to finish it.
Whether he likes it or not is how I feel. I know it's supposed to be Wemby because he's a unicorn.
Yeah, Wemby got to win, man. You can't be the face of the league. You're not winning. Ain't nobody trying to do that.